I've done it. This is the end, friend. The very end, friend. We say goodbye, friend. We have reached the conclusion of season 6, the season finale, episode 21. Jade? 22. Episode 22. Fanta. Yes, I did it. I did it. I said it. I stole my mom's credit. I made it to the end, friend. So, what do we have going on in this episode? Well, a lot of shit, because it's the season finale. So we had to build everything that you could have spread out through the last few episodes, just crammed. All big story plot elements, because it's the finale. You got to throw everything out there. Lex and Lara's relationship, done. She's leaving him. Clark tells her the truth. The real truth. Phantom is out there. The Martian Manhunter reveals himself as a big ally to not only Clark, but Lionel. Lex is trying to hunt down the Phantom. And no, it's not John Turturro. Big fight between Clark and the Phantom at the end. So, let's get into it. Some surprises. Let's get into it. So, we start with what is actually pretty fucking awesome opening. They're in, I think it's Haiti. They're speaking French. So maybe they're in Haiti? I don't know. But someone is brought into the room where someone is possessed by something. And this someone is revealed to be the Martian Manhunter, Jean Jones. And that it's someone's father, Papa. They keep going Papa, which is not French, I don't think. But anyway. Maybe it is because in Beauty and the Beast, she says Papa. Papa. So Papa. But, I never get this right. Even though I don't really mess with it. It just... And it's pretty cool. He, punches through Martian Manhunter's gut. And this is all... The only reason that he does that is so that the Martian Manhunter cannot be of any help for the rest of the episode. Because when he talks to Clark later, he's like, oh, I need to heal. I need to leave the atmosphere to heal. And I'm like, so he's not going to be of any use, even though he's here. Anyway, pretty cool scene. It's like a possession scene, like The Exorcist or something. And he jumps out, and Lex and a bunch of security officers run in, and flanked by Lex, comes in, and it's like, don't kill the person, we just need the Phantom. She knows it's a Phantom, I guess. Maybe he doesn't say Phantom, I don't know. We just need what's inside or something. Pretty cool. Yeah. Flies out of him, making sure to break every bone in the guy's body when he does so, and flies out. We find out later he possesses a little boy, but this was a pretty cool opening from a horror fan perspective. Pretty cool. We get the credits, and we say bye-bye to Martha. She heads off to Washington, D.C. D.C.? Yeah, in the theater. No, she heads off to D.C., and that's the end of Mama Kent. As a regular on the show, say goodbye to Annette O'Toole. She's gone. And props to the writers of the show. We're not just saying, she's leaving, let's kill her off. No, give her, I understand Martha does eventually die, but yeah, it's too early for that. Have her move on. Never do something, yeah, it's good. Not every character that leaves the show, when they leave the show, has to die. Aaron Ashmore. And then they have to retcon that character later. Or because of it. We'll get there. But, yeah. Lana confirms to Clark that she's going to leave Lex. And Clark responds by telling her that he's an alien from outer space. And I'm like... And then she walks outside the door and gets hit by a car. And Jor-El goes, Kal-El, I told you, you could not tell her your secret. like it's some, well, kinda, but I'm just saying, yeah, and so he finds out confirmation that Lionel is responsible for keeping Lana there, and immediately shows up and tries to kill him. He's beating the shit out of him until the Marshman shows up and goes, "No, he's an emissary of Jor-El." We get an explanation of why he did this. But did you need to do it this way? He used Lana to protect Clark, which is what he kept saying. But the whole thing is that Lex had been tracking a Phantom. Probably not since the relationship started, but he's been tracking a Phantom, apparently. And it's a mutated Phantom that needs a special host of Kryptonian to survive, not just any other, not like Baron, not like Baron. No, it's a, yeah. And just to kind of talk about the whole Zoner plotline, I feel like they could have done more with that. There was a lot more filler stuff than tracking down the Zoners than I would have liked, because I think they felt like they also had to do Media Freak. When you, like, the Zoners was an excuse to do that without them being Media Freaks, and you still did more Media Freak stuff than that. I don't know. Because Lex was experimenting on him, I get it, but sure, still. So now they're all together, but remember, he's a Marshman Hunter, he can't do nothing because he got a boo-boo. So he has to leave the atmosphere to heal, and Clark's like, I could deal with it on my own. I could do it. I could beat him. And I'm starting to realize, while watching this, that the reason that Jimmy's not there is they had nothing for him. They had stuff peppered throughout for each person on the cast, but no. Lois, on the other hand, is investigating stuff and leads to the Reeves Dam. I wonder why they called it that. Reeves Dam. Christopher Reeve, anyone? The Reeves Dam. And she sneaks in. Just as Clark arrives to deal with the Phantom, who is inside a little boy. But before that, we get a big moment. I remember when I first saw this, I went, what? And it does fool you in season 7's opening too, but I want to spoil the shit out of this though. So Lana says she's gonna leave Lex. Clark then talks to Chloe and it's like, she's leaving Lex. She's like, you must be happy. He's like, I told her my secret, and she kissed me. And she's leaving. She goes to leave. Lionel's talking to her, and she's like, no, I'm leaving now. And he's like, I'm right here. And he comes out, and it just, she gets in, and poof, explosion, car bomb, boom, 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 explosion. Lana is dead. Spoiler alert. No, she ain't. I won't spoil anymore, but no, she ain't dead. She ain't dead. See, Skate? He's right here. Skate's dead. No, she ain't. Nope. Sorry. No dice. But I think that would have been fine. You heard me voice my criticism of Lana's storylines. If she went out like this, think about it. What happened the last time she found out about Clark's abilities? She died. Think about it. Clark finally tells her again, she dies. Which means that it was always destined for Clark to tell her, and she is supposed to die afterwards. Would have been something. But no, Clark finds out about this. I love how we go from that and we cut to Clark walking into the mansion. Lex's security sucks, man. Just sucks. How long ago was it they told Clark he's not welcome in there anymore? He keeps showing up. Well, Lionel was also there for some reason. I guess it'd be close. How close was that explosion? Was she right outside the mansion? Because, like, I don't know. So, Lionel tells Clark what happened, and Clark immediately jumps to Lex did it, which we'll get to it. I'm confused. And more than one thing, I'll talk about both of these things when we get to it. To get to this one point, so that's when Clark shows up at the place. During this, Lana, she's dead. Not really, but Lois gets mortally wounded and calls for Chloe, who shows up, somehow knowing where she is. Okay, maybe she tracked her phone down, so Chloe is so sad for Lois. She gets magical Power Ranger tears and brings Lois back to life, and then she's dead. So I don't know. I kind of want to wait till season 7 to explain her powers, but I feel like I'm gonna forget her powers. I forgot about the little caveat in her powers that make them stupid. Fuck it. So, Chloe's powers is that she can heal people, but from whatever wound they have, but she then gets said wound. So, if Lois is mortally wounded, then she dies. It's fucking stupid. I understand it might be a little OP for Chloe to just, every time someone gets hurt, Chloe heals them. It's like, we can't just have her healing everyone. But this is fucking stupid. It's stupid. Just say that her powers don't work all the time. Like, she can't bring someone back from the dead. Although this, maybe Lois is just hurt. Maybe she can only bring someone back from the dead and not someone who cut their finger or something. I don't know. But then again, bringing someone back from the dead is also OP. Because then you could use that as, well, why isn't she doing this? Why isn't she doing that? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, but it's still stupid. It's just a way so that she's not overpowered. So, Clark shows up and immediately goes after Lex, tells him Lana's dead. He acts like he has no idea what she's talking about, but we'll find out that's bullshit. He has a weird reaction earlier, too, where when Lana accuses him of drugging her to fake a pregnancy, he's like, what are you talking about? It's getting to the point that Michael Rosenbaum's acting is so good, I can't even tell if he's lying or not. Like, what? Because, he would have had to be the one that did it, because it doesn't make any sense. He had Dr. What's-His-Face, Dr. What's-His-Nuts, Dr. Langston, checking on her. Own personal doctor. So he would have had to be behind it. I don't know if they were trying to insinuate that Lionel did it, but it doesn't make sense when he only had Dr. Langston and there was those reports. He had to have done it. And here he acts like he has nothing to do with it. Spoiler alert, he did. We'll in a kind of stupid way, but we'll get to it. Clark tells him leave, and so he does, and he fights the Phantom who was in a little boy, and it gets inside him, but doesn't. It basically clones him, and if you know where this is going, it's Bizarro. They even have a line later where he's like, "I'm you, just a little more bizarre," and I get what they were trying to do with the outfit. He's now got. It's reversed, where Clark was wearing the red jacket with the blue shirt. It's now blue jacket and red shirt. But for some reason, it's like dark red and dark blue. Because I guess Clark wears that combination as well. I don't know. It's a sign of things to come. They fight. As the dam starts to break, Lex gets arrested. And the dam starts to break. Looks like it's going to flood poor Chloe, Lois, and Lionel, who had also somehow knows where they are. How did everyone keep showing up? I mean, Lex was already there. Clark knew where it was. Maybe? Wait, how did he know? where Lex was. He just assumed, and he was right. I guess that's where the experiment was happening, right? I guess. I don't know. Bizarro flings Clark out, and we get the thing, and then Bizarro comes flying out, and we get a flash of the crystallized, messed up blue face. Silver, blue, whatever. Face. Spoiler alert. That's literally all they do to show that it's him. Like, when the sun hits it right, it goes... Because budget. They couldn't have done some kind of makeup job where his face is just pale. Really? Did it not look right? Did the makeup test not look right? I don't know. Maybe they'll talk about it. I don't know. But, well, I said this is the best one since Promise. Promise was good, right? Yeah. I'll give it 4. 4 logos out of 5. And with that, we have come to the end of Final Jam. No, the end of Season 6 of Smallville. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm going to take a little break, Ski. I don't know. Like I said, I have the final stack plus ones on YouTube. When I want to start... I'll start by trying to take a break, Ski, and we'll see if I get bored. But, yeah. So what are your thoughts on this episode? What are your thoughts on the season as a whole? Leave no comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.